People don't break up because they don't love each other. They break up because they don't feel understood.
Think about your last argument. Did your heart start to race? Your chest tighten? That's your nervous system getting activated. And I bet theirs did too. So here's the simple rule. When anyone's nervous system gets activated, connection goes down and understanding goes out the window.
So in your relationship, if you don't prioritize understanding, then you are destined to have the same conflict over and over again on repeat. And that means it could be in this relationship or the next one.
That's not fun.
So in this episode, we're going to show you how to navigate conflict in a way that's going to move you closer and not feel alone.
And someone looking for the exit sign.
Hey, baby. Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, so let's talk about conflict.
Yeah.
Conflict is one of the main reason why people reach out to get help.
Right. They talk about we need to improve communication because we have too much conflict going on, and I hate conflict, or we have this repetitive conflict.
And you and I know that when we enter into conflict, when we have arguments, we both engage in the same thing. You want to be heard.
Yeah.
And I want to be heard. And so both people start talking, and then we fill the relational space with words.
Kind of ironic. Two people wanting to be heard, and yet no one is listening. If that isn't the recipe for conflict, I don't know what is. And I know it sounds so simple when you break it down into its parts, but obviously it's not. It's probably one of the most difficult simplicities we have to learn in life.
So we want to talk about relational physics, and we've talked about this in a previous video. Relational physics is really about the energy that you're bringing to the engagement, to the communication.
Behind all the words is an energy, and that comes across in your words, in your body language, in your tone, just in your own aura. You send so much information that the other person's nervous system is well designed to pick up.
To respond to, yeah.
Tell us in the comments, what's an argument that you keep having on repeat where you feel misunderstood?
Don't feel the pressure to share all the details, but just what is the pattern? What's happening in your relationship that you have over and over again? We may use it in a future video. Okay, so let's talk about the trap in conflict, and that is we believe that during conflict, it requires more words, that we should be doing the talking.
You know, it's so interesting because in our practice, when we have lots of clients that come in that say, I need to improve communication in my relationship. And what they mean is, I need to get better at telling my partner what I need and want. That must be the issue. If I'm just better at telling and speaking what I want, that'll resolve the conflict. I have yet to hear anyone say and come in, we have an issue with communication because I'm not great at understanding.
Yeah, in communication, we believe that words are what needed in this moment, and that, especially in conflict, more words are needed to put into the relational space because they think more words is more value.
Is more value, and I'm being clearer, and you're going to get me, more words equals you're going to get me better.
Both people in the relationship are saying, I don't feel understood. So it's weird that if you're not feeling understood by your partner, then understanding should be a higher priority, not talking more. And what ends up happening is just, we see it all in time and time again, it is just more talking at each other and no one is listening. So let's talk about what makes it difficult for people to listen. Why is that so hard? Even though we know, logically, we should be doing more of that.
Because the talker is perceived as the person with the power. I've got the stick. And that means I have the attention. I'm controlling the show right now, so I have the power. And in our culture, which is very good, bad, win, lose, power, not power, we all vie for the power seat.
The speaking, yeah, you want to be the speaker.
And I think depending on the dynamic, if the dynamic does feel like it's a battle, which conflict often does, then it's easy to get into that place of, well, wait a minute, what does it mean to listen? That means I've been defeated. And so I think that makes it difficult.
I think the reason why people are resistant to listening and taking in is self-worth. I don't want to be influenced by you, because if I'm influenced by you, that means I'm wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And if I'm wrong, then that means I also have to take accountability and ownership for behavior or actions that I have to take back or apologize for, back to, I'm wrong. And people don't want to be wrong, so they want to defend and keep pushing their position to be back in the right.
And as you say that, it also has me think that that position, if I realize I'm wrong, that can have a domino effect. Because if I own it or I see that piece in me here, where else did I do it?
Where else am I wrong?
And so how many other people do I have to apologize for? That can bring up shame and embarrassment because we all carry those emotions. And I may not be in the mood or ready to take on that kind of self-awareness right now. So I'd rather deflect and defend and not listen.
Yeah.
Many of us live in our own mental construct that we've created, that we have been developing as a protective device since we were little, to say, this is the reality. I have been building it and developing it since I was young.
Yep.
I have fact-checked it and tried it out in enough places that satisfied me, and therefore, this is the reality I live in, and that's all I will accept. So when you come in and you want to present your reality to me, it definitely feels threatening to my nervous system, because this...
I'm threatening the reality.
You're threatening my constructed reality, and that to my nervous system is going to feel like a real threat. I'm going to no, I don't know how to feel safe or how to feel good in outside of this world, so I'm going to go into protection mode, which means I'm going to shut down listening, and I'm going to hone my skills on being defensive, critical, putting it back on you.
What's really involved in listening, in taking another person? Most times we just listen to the words, but when we talk about communication, only about 7% of communication is with words. The rest is not with words. It's in the tone that's expressed, it's in the body language. The vast majority of communication is nonverbal communication, not with your mouth. And so taking in the other person, yes, it's taking in the words, but so much more than that for you to really get them and see them. And so the practical exercise for you, next time that you're involved in sort of disagreement, conflict, can you be aware that you're in conflict? Can you be aware that your nervous system or the other person's nervous system is starting to rise? If you can be aware of that, you know that connection and understanding is going downhill. So that's kind of like the most important part.
And then once you recognize that, you do something to interrupt that pattern. And the easiest and most effective thing is take a breath. That just opens a crack in the pattern so that you can now consciously insert a new behavior.
You can even ask that of your partner and can we just pause for a second?
Yeah.
And then take that breath. That the pause doesn't mean we stop, it slows things down. So that's kind of like, can you recognize it and can you just pause before going in fifth gear?
And then you can say, I want to understand what's happening for you. When I say that, that doesn't mean I have to agree with everything that's going on in Jeff. It's just saying, I want to understand what is happening for you in your world, because I can't really comment or show up to something I truly don't understand. And his nervous system will continue to fight me to be understood. Yeah. So if I want him to calm down so that I can calm down, then the power rests within me to understand him.
So in the very basic thing you can do is just repeat back the words. Yes, sometimes it may come across as parroting, but repeating back the words, meaning the only words that are being put in the relational space is the other person's. I'm just going to repeat them back. I'm not adding in new content. I'm not editing or altering the meaning. I'm just trying to get the meaning of what you're trying to say. And then check in, am I getting you? So just mirroring back the words and check in, am I getting what you're saying to me? Repeating back someone's words doesn't mean that you're agreeing with them.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you're rolling over and saying, I'm submitting. All it's saying is your point of view, the thing that you're saying, is valid. I understand it, and it makes sense. That's it. You can still hold your position of difference.
Because we each live within our own version of reality. We each have our version, or what we call our stories. And when I take the time to understand my partner, I'm understanding Jeff's story, his worldview. It doesn't mean I have to like it or agree with it, but it does mean I understand how he's piecing his world together. And from that place of understanding, we can find a next step.
Can you just breathe in someone else's version? Can you breathe that in into your lungs and let it just inhabit there for a few seconds. It doesn't mean that you're changing your belief system or your point of view, but just can you be in presence with difference? So the bottom line is, when you focus on winning or losing in your conflict, you will always have a winner and a loser, and no one wants to lose. So we need to change the way you engage with conflict and put understanding at the forefront.
If you enjoyed this video, consider hitting the subscribe button and share this video with anyone you think could use it. And stay tuned for our next video.